Hey everyone, welcome to the first video of this new channel. My name is Cody Ross. I am the founder and starter. This is going to be called OrdinaryMan4-13. I'll explain what it all means here in a little bit, but it's a little bit about who I am. I am a carpenter by trade. I love the trades. My dream job would be working in the trades. I love what I do day in and day out. I do commercial and residential. I've grown up around it. My dad is a owner of a a very successful commercial and residential company. You name it, we do it. We don't really say no to work, and that has kept us busy through years. It was my grandfather's business before them, and my grandfather would say ever since we came over the 1700s, we've been carpenters or farmers. So it's in the blood, I guess. But so I love the trades, and so a little sneak peek of what I'm working on right now, my nights and weekends. But so what I'm passionate about, really, I love, like I said, I love the trades, but also just getting young people into it. And so a lot of what I do is part of my work as a company outside of being a carpenter is that I train our new hires. So I go and recruit in high schools. I bring them on. We started a trade school within our company. We are accredited through NCCR. I'm the instructor. And so we actually get to teach trade school that's nationally recognized. It's like secondary, college level trade school. It's what I took at a trade school. I paid for these classes. We're giving them to our workers for free. So I do that. We do night classes, but then also I just go and do a lot of random speaking events at schools. Like next week, we're doing a touch a truck with some elementary summer school kids. But I'll also go and just different career days or all kinds of different things. I'm trying to share the word on how great trades is to this next generation. Like I said, it's something I love and really passionate about. But I also am very passionate about just the community in general. Like it's been my home, my family since forever. Like I said, I grew up in it, and just seeing how the really good, strong, like hardworking men, just the ordinary guys who are out there every day busting their butts to make the world a better place by building new homes, new schools, new churches, new hotels, whatever, you name it, we've built it. And they're out there doing it. It takes someone to do all that work, and often they're so overlooked. And so I'm passionate about this community. I love it. And it breaks my heart that there's this community or these guys who are working so hard for everyone else, and then the statistics are not great as far as death risks. It's not what OSHA says. It's not falling off a roof. It's not getting electrocuted. It's not getting crushed in and all those things. Our greatest risk is ourselves. Our suicide rate is crazy. It's like 70, or like the top job as far as most potential to commit suicide in the country is construction workers. And that's not a good number. That's not a good stat. We don't want to be proud of that one. And it's really concerning to me. And there's a lot of great guys out there making content on building science and how to build better and all these things. But I haven't seen a lot of guys who are out there sharing that there's hope and overcoming that. There's some guys who I've seen get really open up about their overcoming addiction and becoming sober and that kind of stuff. But just as a whole, just a positive faith-based channel, I haven't seen that. And so the goal of this channel is to provide a safe place for the men going through it, for the men who are struggling with addiction, who are struggling with depression, who are struggling with how do I balance life and work and being a dad and family and marriage. It's a place for that. So my goal is to share biblical truths with you guys about just how you can function as a believer in a real world, in a blue-collar world. And the inspiration for the name comes from Acts 4:13. If you don't know it, check it out. But it says the crowd, they looked at Peter and John, and they were just amazed. They were like, wait a minute, these are just ordinary. It says they were astonished and amazed because they realized these guys are untrained, unschooled, ordinary men. That's who they are. They're ordinary men. And yet they were astonished because they were ordinary men. But what did they know? They know that they met Jesus, that they were with Jesus, right? And so that's the idea of the channel. Hopefully an impact is, what does it look like to be a believer in the trades? And then hopefully for the guys who are searching for answers, that we can give them a home. Right, I'm going to talk about a little bit about the future, what the channel is. But first, I want to give a little tidbit of what's going on behind me. So I'm going to flip you guys around. So this is the humble abode that we are working on, or I'm working on really, nights and weekends. I've had some helpers, but this is our future home. It's on the family farm here. We'd like to tease us that we live on a family commune. But this is what I've been working on nights and weekends, and I'm finally getting siding up. It's been a long time coming. We broke ground last May, and it's so exciting to see siding going on, because when it goes up, it changes the color. It actually finally makes it look like a house. So why I want to show you guys this update kind of on the house and where I am at life is because it's kind of an analogy for this channel. I never started it because I just have this dream, this vision. I've been honest, I feel called by God to do it. But it's just kind of nerve-wracking because I see so many content creators. It's just the time and energy they put into it, and just the feeling like I want to make it perfect. I want to get the mic, get the setup, get the producer, get all the things, and then I could finally do it, right? I had this dream, this vision for a finished product, right? Just like the siding, it goes up and it looks cool, it looks great in the end, but I'm going to take you guys inside. We'll see where we're at. Here's reality though, where I'm at. I'm doing rough-ins. It's a mess. I don't have a lot of time to do the cleanup at the end of the day. I put on the tool belt as soon as I get home, get working, sometimes get some dinner in, but we're doing rough-ins right now, right? And I'm not an electrician by trade, I'm a carpenter, but I know enough to plug in a light switch, right? So I'm doing my rough-ins right now, and it's really exciting because to do my rough-ins, I have to figure out where am I going to put the island? I put the lines on the floor. Where am I going to put the cabinets? Over here is going to be a piano room. Where are we going to put the coffered ceiling? I'm doing a fancy ceiling detail. Where's the library bookshelves going to go? So roughing in, before all that, I have to think through all of these details. And as I'm thinking through all these details, right, I get really excited for the finished product, seeing the end. And it makes me really not want to do the rough-ins. I just want to get drywall up there so I can start putting trim on, because that's what I love. I like to make stuff look good. And the rough-ins don't necessarily look great. So, I mean, it's kind of fun, satisfying to know I got a light switch going. But it just doesn't look finished. It doesn't look at the end. It means there's so much work yet to go. Whereas that siding, when it's up there, I mean, it's pretty well done. It's awesome, right? It changes the look completely. And so why I didn't get the channel is just like that. I had this vision, I want this finished product, but all the background stuff, I was just really nervous to get started. How am I going to do it? How will I make the time? Will anyone actually even watch or listen to what I have to say? And I just feel like that's in life. Lots of times we don't get started on something because we have a vision of what we want to see at the end, but we just get stuck in the rough-in phases, right? The stuff behind the scenes that no one necessarily knows is going to get buried behind the walls. But it's those decisions, those things we got to do then that no one sees, so that the finished product of our lives, whatever that may be, that's what it looks like. And so maybe we're going through something, right? You have this idea or this vision of what you want to do or what you want to be, overcome this, or have this successful marriage or these things, and you just want to be there. But you got to do the rough-ins. You got to do the stuff behind the scenes, think through, I want to be there. What do I have to put in place in my life now? What habits do I need to create? What friendships do I need to cut out, and what new friendships do I need to install? What do I need to do so that the finished result is what I dream it to be? And sometimes it's not fun. It takes time. It takes me a long time to do the rough-ins. I wish I was faster. I wish it could just happen, but it doesn't. And the same thing with life. Sometimes that stuff no one ever sees or no one ever knows you do. That's the grind you got to do. You got to wake up every day, take care of that stuff, so that at the end of the day, the finished product is what you dreamed it would be. All right, so that's kind of where the channel is, and that's why we're finally getting started. And to be honest, what pushed me over the edge is Sudpack, Axeman, and Perkins Brothers are doing a thing called their new channel, Measure Twice. They're doing this thing called The Cut. And so if you're into this idea, start watching videos as I put more things out. But they want to help get a YouTube channel started. And I was like, hey, maybe with their help, I can get my name out there. All right, so you're ready for the big vision, the big goal is I don't really want to be the face on this camera, right? The final thing isn't the final product like the siding behind me and all the cool overhangs. I mean, check that stuff out. Really proud of my timber framing and stuff. Anyways, but the big goal is that this is a platform for people to share their stories. That other people would get on here and they get to share how God worked in their life, help them overcome the addiction, help them in their business, overcome bankruptcy or whatever it is, or maybe a healing. They hurt their back and God healed them, whatever it may be, just guys to share their story, and that people would be amazed. They would look at them and say, hey, these are just like this is a plumber, this is a welder, like these are unschooled, they didn't go to seminary, they aren't pastors, and yet they're amazed at them and what they have to say in their stories. And at the end, people are be able to say what's different about them is they were with Jesus. Like, that's the goal. And I know there's a lot of guys out here who have a platform already, who love the Lord and the Lord has impacted their lives, but I don't know if they know how to say it. And so a really big dream is that I would get to, either in person or via Zoom or whatever, get to chat with these guys who have a platform and you guys love and follow, that they could share their stories so that you might get to know that they've been with Jesus. So thank you for joining in. This is your first, I mean, it's everyone's first time. It's a brand new channel, first video. Like, subscribe, you know the things, and comment, tag people in it to get them here. And watch out for this competition stuff. I'm not sure what all they're going to make me do, but I'm very excited, and we'll see where God has for this channel.